Welcome. Today we're diving into capacity requirements planning or CRP, a crucial concept in operations management. CRP helps organizations determine if they have enough resources like machines, labor, and time to meet production goals. By understanding CRP, companies can avoid bottlenecks, reduce delays, and ensure a smooth workflow. In this video, we'll break down what CRP is, why it matters, and how it fits into the bigger picture of operations management. Let's start by exploring the basics and setting the stage for a deeper understanding of capacity planning in modern businesses. Capacity refers to the maximum output a system can achieve in a given period. In operations management, understanding capacity is fundamental. It's not just about how many products can be made, but also about the resources required, like machines, people, and time. When companies know their capacity, they can plan production schedules more accurately and allocate resources efficiently. This understanding helps prevent overloading systems or underutilizing valuable assets. Next, we'll see how capacity is measured and why it's so important for planning. ERP is essential because it bridges the gap between what needs to be produced and what can actually be produced. Without proper capacity planning, companies risk missing deadlines, overworking employees, or leaving machines idle. CRP ensures that production plans are realistic and achievable, aligning resources with demand. This leads to better customer satisfaction, lower costs, and a more efficient operation overall. Now let's look at where CRP fits within the broader operations management process. Capacity requirements planning doesn't stand alone. It's part of a larger planning hierarchy in operations management. At the top, you have strategic planning, which sets long-term goals. Next comes aggregate planning, focusing on overall production levels. Then we have master production scheduling (MPS), which details what needs to be made and when. CRP comes next, checking if resources can meet the MPS. Finally, detailed scheduling and dispatching handle day-to-day tasks. Understanding this hierarchy helps clarify CRP's role and importance. To perform CRP effectively, several key inputs are needed. These include the master production schedule, which outlines what needs to be produced, the bill of materials listing all components required, and routing information, which details the steps and resources needed for production. Accurate data on available machines, labor, and work centers is also crucial. With these inputs, CRP can analyze whether current resources are sufficient to meet production goals. Next, we'll see how these inputs are used in the CRP process. CRP process starts by taking the production schedule and breaking it down into specific tasks. It then matches these tasks with available resources, such as machines and labor. The goal is to identify any gap between what's needed and what's available. If a shortage is found, adjustments can be made, like rescaling work, adding shifts, or outsourcing tasks. This proactive approach helps avoid last-minute surprises and keep production running smoothly. Let's look at each step in more detail. First step in CRP is load calculation. This involves determining the total workload required at each work center based on the production schedule. By analyzing the tasks, their duration, and the resources needed, companies can see how much demand will be placed on each machine or team. This step is critical for spotting potential overloads or underutilization early in the planning process. Next, we'll see how available capacity is assessed. After calculating the load, the next step is to assess available capacity. This means looking at the resources on hand, machines, labor hours, and work center availability. It's important to consider factors like maintenance schedules, shift patterns, and unexpected downtime. By comparing available capacity to the calculated load, companies can quickly see if they're on track or if adjustments are needed. This assessment forms the backbone of effective capacity planning. Once load and capacity are known, the next step is to identify any gaps. Are there enough resources to meet demand? If not, where are the shortfalls? This analysis helps pinpoint exactly where action is needed, whether it's adding overtime, rescheduling tasks, or even outsourcing work. By identifying gaps early, companies can avoid production delays and keep operations running smoothly. Let's see how adjustments are made in response to these gaps. Gaps are found between required and available capacity. Adjustments must be made. This could mean rescheduling jobs, adding extra shifts, hiring temporary workers, or outsourcing certain tasks. The goal is to balance the workload so that production targets are met without overburdening resources. Effective adjustments ensure that customer orders are fulfilled on time and that resources are used efficiently. Next, we'll explore the tools used to support CRP. Modern CRP relies heavily on specialized tools and software. These systems can quickly process large amounts of data, generate reports, and highlight potential issues. Popular software solutions integrate with other planning systems, making it easier to update schedules and resource allocations in real time. By automating calculations and providing visual dashboards, these tools help managers make better, faster decisions. Let's look at some common features of CRP software. CRP software typically offers features like load charts, capacity reports, and alerts for potential bottlenecks. These tools allow managers to see at a glance where resources are stretched and where there's slack. Integration with other systems, such as inventory and scheduling, ensures that all data is up to date. Customizable reports and scenario analysis help managers test different strategies before making changes. Next, we'll discuss the benefits of using CRP in operations management. Implementing CRP brings several key benefits. It helps companies avoid production delays, reduce overtime costs, and improve resource utilization. By identifying bottlenecks early, CRP enables proactive problem solving. It also supports better customer service by ensuring orders are delivered on time. Overall, CRP leads to more efficient and reliable operations, which is essential in today's competitive business environment. Now let's look at some real-world examples of CRP in action. Manufacturing, CRP is used to ensure that production lines run smoothly. For example, an automotive plant might use CRP to schedule assembly tasks, making sure that each workstation has the right parts and enough labor. By balancing workloads across different shifts and machines, manufacturers can avoid bottlenecks and keep production on track. This leads to higher productivity and better use of resources. Next, we'll see how CRP applies in service industry. ERP isn't just for manufacturing, it's also valuable in service industries. For example, hospitals use CRP to schedule staff and allocate operating rooms. Airlines use it to plan crew schedules and aircraft maintenance. By matching resources to demand, service organizations can deliver better customer experiences and operate more efficiently. This flexibility makes CRP a powerful tool across many sectors. Let's explore the challenges companies face when implementing CRP. Despite its benefits, implementing CRP can be challenging. Accurate data is essential, but collecting and maintaining this data can be difficult. Unexpected events like machine breakdowns or sudden changes in demand can disrupt even the best plans. Resistance to change from staff or management can also slow adoption. Overcoming these challenges requires strong leadership, good communication, and a commitment to continuous improvement. Next, we'll discuss strategies for successful CRP implementation. Succeed with CRP, companies should invest in reliable data systems and provide training for staff. Involving employees in the planning process helps build support and ensures that plans are realistic. Regular reviews and updates keep the CRP process aligned with changing business needs. By fostering a culture of continuous improvement, organizations can make the most of CRP and stay competitive. Let's look at how CRP integrates with other planning systems. CRP often works hand in hand with material requirements planning, or MRP. While MRP focuses on ensuring that materials are available for production, CRP checks if there's enough capacity to use those materials. Integrating these systems allows for more accurate and efficient planning. For example, if MRP schedules a large production run, CRP can verify that machines and labor are available to handle it. This integration reduces the risk of delays and resource conflicts. Enterprise resource planning, or ERP systems, often include CRP modules. These integrated platforms bring together data from across the organization, making it easier to coordinate production, inventory, and capacity planning. With ERP, managers can see the big picture and make informed decisions that balance all aspects of operations. This holistic approach leads to greater efficiency and better business outcomes. Next, we'll discuss the role of data in effective CRP. Accurate, up-to-date data is the foundation of effective CRP. This includes information on production schedules, machine availability, labor hours, and inventory levels. Without reliable data, capacity plans can quickly become outdated or inaccurate. Investing in good data management systems and regular audits helps ensure that CRP decisions are based on the best available information. Next, we'll look at how CRP supports continuous improvement in operation. CRP isn't a one-time activity, it's an ongoing process that supports continuous improvement. By regularly reviewing capacity plans and performance data, companies can identify areas for improvement and make incremental changes. This approach helps organizations adapt to changing conditions and stay ahead of the competition. Continuous improvement in CRP leads to more flexible, resilient operations. Let's explore some key terms related to CRP. Work center is a specific area or group of machines where particular tasks are performed. In CRP, understanding the capacity of each work center is crucial for accurate planning. Work centers can vary in size and function from a single machine to an entire department. By tracking workloads at each work center, companies can better allocate resources and avoid bottlenecks. Next, we'll define another important term, routing. Routing refers to the sequence of operations required to produce a product. It details the steps, machines, and resources needed at each stage. In CRP, routing information helps planners understand how work flows through the system and where capacity constraints might arise. Accurate routing data is essential for effective capacity planning and scheduling. Now, let's look at the concept of lead time. Lead time is the total time required to complete a process, from start to finish. In CRP, understanding lead times helps planners schedule tasks and ensure that products are delivered on time. Lead times can be affected by machine availability, labor, and the complexity of the production process. By monitoring and managing lead times, companies can improve on-time delivery and customer satisfaction. Next, we'll discuss the importance of flexibility in capacity planning. Flexibility is a key advantage of effective CRP. By regularly reviewing capacity and making adjustments, companies can respond quickly to changes in demand or unexpected disruptions. This might mean shifting production to different work centers, adjusting schedules, or reallocating resources. Flexibility helps organizations stay competitive and meet customer needs even in uncertain environments. Let's see how CRP supports strategic decision-making. ERP isn't just about day-to-day operations, it also supports long-term strategic decisions. By providing insights into resource utilization and capacity constraints, CRP helps managers decide when to invest in new equipment, hire more staff, or expand facilities. These decisions have a major impact on a company's ability to grow and compete. Next, we'll look at how CRP helps manage risk in operation. ERP helps organizations manage operational risks by identifying potential bottlenecks and resource shortages before they become problems. By simulating different scenarios, companies can prepare for unexpected events, like equipment failures or sudden spikes in demand. This proactive approach reduces the risk of costly delays and helps ensure business continuity. Let's discuss how CRP contributes to customer satisfaction. Meeting customer expectations is a top priority for any business. CRP plays a vital role by ensuring that production schedules are realistic and achievable. This means orders are delivered on time, quality is maintained, and customers are kept happy. By aligning capacity with demand, companies can build stronger relationships and enhance their reputation in the market. Next, we'll look at how CRP supports lean manufacturing principle. Lean manufacturing focuses on eliminating waste and maximizing value. CRP supports lean principles by ensuring that resources are used efficiently and that production flows smoothly. By identifying and addressing capacity constraints, CRP helps minimize idle time, reduce inventory, and improve overall productivity. This alignment with lean practices leads to lower costs and higher customer satisfaction. Let's explore the role of CRP in project-based environment. project-based environments, CRP helps ensure that resources are available when needed for each phase of a project. This is especially important in industries like construction, engineering, and software development. By planning capacity in advance, project managers can avoid delays and keep projects on track. CRP also supports better budgeting and resource allocation, leading to more successful project outcomes. Next, we'll discuss the future of CRP in operations management. As technology advances, CRP is becoming more sophisticated. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are being used to predict demand, optimize schedules, and identify potential issues before they arise. Cloud-based systems allow for real-time collaboration and data sharing across locations. These innovations are making CRP more powerful and accessible than ever before. Let's look at how companies can prepare for these changes. Take advantage of new CRP technologies. Companies should invest in staff training and upgrade their IT infrastructure. Staying informed about industry trends and best practices helps organizations stay ahead of the curve. By embracing innovation, companies can make their capacity planning processes more agile and effective. Next, we'll summarize the key takeaways from this video. Let's recap the main points. Capacity requirements planning is a vital part of operations management, ensuring that resources are aligned with production needs. By following a structured process, calculating load, assessing capacity, identifying gaps, and making adjustments, companies can avoid bottlenecks and improve efficiency. Integrating CRP with other planning systems and embracing new technologies will help organizations stay competitive in a fast-changing world. Now let's answer some common questions about CRP. No, CRP is valuable in many industries beyond manufacturing. Service organizations, healthcare providers, and project-based businesses all use CRP to match resources with demand. The principles remain the same: plan ahead, allocate resources wisely, and adjust as needed. This flexibility makes CRP a universal tool for improving operations. Next, we'll address another common question. CRP should be an ongoing process, not a one-time event. Regular reviews, weekly, monthly, or as needed, help ensure that plans stay up to date and reflect current conditions. The frequency depends on the complexity of operations and how quickly things change. By making CRP a routine part of operations, companies can stay agile and responsive. Next, let's discuss the role of leadership in CRP. Strong leadership is essential for successful CRP. Leaders set the tone by prioritizing capacity planning and providing the resources needed for success. They also foster a culture of collaboration and continuous improvement, encouraging teams to share ideas and solve problems together. With the right leadership, CRP becomes a powerful driver of operational excellence. Let's look at the importance of communication in CRP. Effective communication ensures that everyone involved in the CRP process is on the same page. This includes sharing plans, updates, and feedback across departments. Open communication helps identify issues early and enables faster problem solving. By keeping lines of communication open, companies can make their capacity planning processes more effective and responsive. Next, we'll discuss the role of teamwork in CRP. Teamwork is at the heart of successful CRP. By involving people from different departments, like production, maintenance, and HR, companies can create more accurate and realistic plans. Collaboration ensures that all perspectives are considered and that resources are allocated effectively. Strong teamwork leads to better outcomes and a more resilient organization. Let's look at how CRP supports sustainability in operation. Sustainability is becoming increasingly important in operations management. CRP supports sustainability by helping companies use resources more efficiently and reduce waste. By planning capacity carefully, organizations can minimize energy use, lower emissions, and make better use of materials. This not only benefits the environment but also improves the bottom line. Next, we'll discuss the importance of reviewing and updating CRP processes. Regularly reviewing CRP processes ensures that they remain effective and aligned with business goals. This involves analyzing performance data, gathering feedback, and making necessary adjustments. Continuous review helps organizations adapt to changes in demand, technology, and market conditions. By keeping CRP processes up to date, companies can maintain high levels of efficiency and competitiveness. Let's look at the role of training in CRP success. Training is essential for building the skills needed to manage CRP effectively. This includes training on software tools, data analysis, and best practices in capacity planning. Ongoing education ensures that staff stay up to date with the latest techniques and technologies. Investing in training leads to better decision-making and more successful CRP outcomes. Next, we'll discuss the importance of measuring CRP performance. To ensure CRP is delivering results, it's important to measure performance using key metrics. These might include on-time delivery rates, resource utilization, and production costs. Regularly tracking these metrics helps identify areas for improvement and demonstrate the value of CRP to the organization. By focusing on measurable outcomes, companies can drive continuous improvement and achieve their operational goals. Let's look at the role of feedback in CRP. Feedback from staff, customers, and stakeholders is invaluable for refining CRP processes. By listening to those involved in production and delivery, companies can identify pain points and develop better solutions. Regular feedback loops help ensure that CRP remains relevant and effective as business needs evolve. Next, we'll discuss the importance of documentation in CRP. Proper documentation is key to maintaining consistency and transparency in CRP. This includes keeping records of capacity plans, schedules, adjustments, and performance metrics. Good documentation makes it easier to train new staff, review past decisions, and comply with regulations. It also supports continuous improvement by providing a clear record of what's been tried and what's worked. Finally, let's wrap up with a summary of CRP's impact on operations management. Capacity requirements planning is a cornerstone of effective operations management. By aligning resources with demand, CRP helps companies deliver on their promises, control costs, and stay competitive. Its structured approach supports both day-to-day operations and long-term strategic goals. As technology evolves, CRP will continue to play a vital role in helping organizations adapt and thrive in a dynamic business environment. Thanks for joining us on this journey through CRP.